I Will Never Forgive You. Episode 1. Mimi was the happiest woman in the world that evening. Her wedding was everything she wanted. It was a beautiful day, full of smiles and cheers. Now the ceremony was over, the reception was finished, and the car was driving them back home. She looked at her husband, Sylvester, sitting next to her. He was now her man, her life partner. She felt a deep calm in her heart. Her chief bridesmaid, Bridget, sat in the back, looking very tired but also happy for her sister. Bridget was always there for her, a true sister who would stand by her, come rain, come shine. Mimi held Sylvester's hand tightly as the car turned into their street. She was thinking about their new life. "So like joke, I'm now a married woman?" Mimi asked herself. When they arrived at the house, the clock on the wall showed it was past midnight. Everyone was exhausted. The wedding activities took so long. Bridget looked at her phone, frowning. "Ah, Mimi, it is too late now," she said. "I cannot drive back to my apartment at this time. The road is not safe for a woman alone." Mimi shook her head firmly. "Do not worry about that, my sister. You are not going anywhere tonight. You must stay here with us. We have a guest room waiting for you. Come and sleep here so you can rest properly," Mimi said. Bridget smiled with thanks. "Thank you, Mimi. You are truly a blessing to me tonight," she replied. Sylvester quickly agreed. He told Bridget the guest room was ready and she could take a quick shower if she liked. He was a kind man, always thinking of others. Soon the house became quiet. Mimi and Sylvester went into their master bedroom. Mimi felt a rush of happiness as she prepared to sleep beside her husband on their first night as a married couple. "This is it. My new life has started. Nothing can take away this joy." She got into the big bed, her heart still beating fast with excitement. The stress of the day finally caught up to her, and she closed her eyes, waiting for Sylvester to join her so that they can make love. Sylvester had changed into his pajamas and was about to get into bed when he felt a sharp urgency. "I need to use the restroom quickly," he told Mimi. She just nodded sleepily. He walked across the room, feeling his way in the dark. He did not want to turn on the bright light and disturb Mimi. The house was completely silent, a quiet that seemed to swallow all the sounds of the busy wedding day. He reached the door of the main bathroom, the one closest to the bedroom. Without thinking about it, he pushed the handle and stepped inside. He took 2 steps in before he saw that someone was already there. The restroom was well lit. There, in front of him, was Bridget, his wife's sister. She was standing by the toilet, but she was wearing no clothes. Her body was completely exposed. Sylvester stopped dead, a gasp catching in his throat. He saw everything. Bridget had come in to ease herself and had taken off her gown quickly. She looked up at him, her eyes wide with shock and a strange, sudden realization. The silence was loud in the small restroom. Sylvester's mind was troubled. He quickly turned his back to her and covered his eyes with his hands. "I am so sorry. I am deeply sorry, Bridget," he stammered, his voice shaking a little. "I did not know you are here. I thought the restroom was empty." He reached for the door handle, ready to rush out and apologize 100 times more. He just wanted to leave and pretend this terrible mistake never happened. But as his fingers touched the cool metal of the door handle, Bridget's voice, low and compelling, stopped him completely. "Sylvester, wait," she said. "Do not go." He slowly turned his head to look at her. His eyes met hers in the bright light. She took 1 step closer to him. "You have already seen everything that I have. You saw me completely uncovered. Now, what is the point of pretending you did not see anything? We both know what happened." She paused, then gave him an invitation that made his blood pound in his ears.
Make love to me. You have already seen everything." Sylvester felt a great pressure in his chest. He looked at his new sister-in-law, his wife's sister, and he could not say no. The temptation was irresistible. Back in the bedroom, Mimi was still awake. She was waiting for Sylvester to come back to bed. "What is taking him so long?" she whispered to herself. "He only went to the toilet. It should not take more than a few minutes." 5 minutes passed, then 10. Her anxiety began to build up, a cold knot forming in her stomach. "Maybe he is sick," she thought. "Maybe he is feeling unwell after all the food." But the feeling was more than just worry. It was a strong, unsettling suspicion. She was anxious and scared, but she knew she had to check on him immediately. She climbed out of the bed, moving quietly toward the door. She walked to the bathroom, her feet silent on the cold floor tiles. Her heart was beating hard, like a drum of doom. She reached the door and slowly pushed it open, just a crack. The sight that met her eyes burned them instantly. Her husband, Sylvester, was with Bridget, and they were making love. Her sister and her new husband have betrayed her on her wedding night.